Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Four Continental Podcast. This once again me and Singpak. We had a special guest joining us for today's episode, but I believe due to some personal commitments, perhaps he could not join yet. If you're wondering, his name is Lens Football TV on Instagram. So yeah, let's just get into the game that we played last night. So starting off with Netherlands versus Sweden. So what do you think of this game?
It is quite crazy. I mean, this is the beauty of football. I mean, Sweden literally beat Tunisia 5-1, and then now we literally saw Sweden getting whooped 5-1 instead. Yeah, first thing that was crazy. But going into this game, I wouldn't say the scoreline fully reflected the whole situation as well, because in my opinion, I think at least from the attack wise, Sweden wasn't so bad. I mean, in the first half, they did have like many chances created, but I think like Gyökeres and oh yeah, Yari, yeah, he missed like a chance as well. It was a quite good chance. And then, if I'm not mistaken, they also had like offside as well. So whereas for Netherlands, it felt like every attack they were kind of going, it resulted in a goal. I mean, I really think the Sweden goalkeeper was quite average. It felt like he just kind of didn't make really any saves at all whatsoever. But yeah, let's talk about the first goal, which was the Robbie goal. Yeah, that was quite good. I mean, the build-up play was quite good as well. I mean, Robbie himself was involved in it. It was a pass from the defense to Robbie, and then it was for like Reinders, then pass back to him, a clinical goal, and just like a few minutes again after he scored another one, and then we got to see like Dumfries being at his like usual attacking best as well. So yeah, what do you think of the game, Moment?
Yeah, I mean, Holland obviously with the expectations they had. Although I wasn't expecting such a one-sided games, I was expecting goals from both sides, but literally, this was basically only Holland scoring. And yeah, in the first half, Gyökeres Ayari, basically the star from the first game, missed a lot of chances, and I have to give credit to Weerbruggen as well, the Holland goalkeeper. He made a few decent saves as well. But yeah, they were kind of overall like all right in the game. Netherlands, is obviously not everyone's favorites, but I feel like they have a chance at potentially winning the whole thing if they play like they are currently doing so. Being a Liverpool fan, it was really good to see Cody Gakpo finally scoring some goals, and yeah, I hope we can continue with this form when he comes to play for us next season. So yeah, this is very dangerous the Netherlands side, and if they keep their form up, I don't have any doubt that they might actually go on to win the whole thing.
Yeah, right, right. I mean, it was nice to see Gakpo performing for Netherlands. I mean, we always I've said it. I mean, we think that he always performs well for the national team. And then it was kind of funny for the second goal. He was doing his usual trick, but it worked, and it was a goal. And yeah, and then towards the end of I mean, towards the second half, after a while, Netherlands were kind of like sitting back, which kind of makes sense because I mean, it was under Coleman, so yeah, it was like the most predictable tactic that Coleman was gonna make the team do. But even then, they still scored another goal, which was by Somerville. So yeah, it was kind of crazy to see that.
So let's move on to the next game, being Germany versus Ivory Coast. So, what are your thoughts on this one?
Right, right. So this was my favorite game of the day because, in my opinion, in the first half, Ivory Coast was looking very organized. The defense was looking quite solid as well. I mean, Germany did have like many shots in the first half. I think the Havertz had like few chances. Musiala had a shot like which was almost, yeah, we just went wide by a little bit. But yeah, they were kind of fumbling in the first half, in my opinion. And, and I think the fact that Ivory Coast, with their tactic of like man marking every Germany player and then like relying on the fast counters and everything, was working quite well. And then obviously, yeah, they did grab a goal. as well, which is by Cassie. I mean, it was crazy because at one point he was playing for Barcelona, I remember. And then, but yeah, anyways, words. I think in this game he was kind of underwhelming, considering the first game he had was quite great. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, definitely my favorite game of them all as well. Uh, Although the scoreline doesn't really reflect what actually happened in the game, I feel like Ivory Coast had many more chances, which they really, they just couldn't really convert them, and they paid for it at the end. So specifically that one chance in the second half where Nicolas Pepe made a wonderful run, but then Adingra he had to take an extra touch, which made him lose the ball. I believe if he had hit that first touch, it would have been a goal, and the game would have been much different. And yeah, Kian Diomande, as usual, did quite well. Secondly, we have to give credit to Undav and Amiri, the subs who made the impact. Amiri made the first assist to the Undav goal, and yeah, Undav with some great positioning and Ivory Coast were caught off guard, and they conceded the second as well. So yeah, definitely a huge impact made by the subs, as we previously saw in the Switzerland and Bosnia game. Manzamba and Vargas, as soon as they came in, the goals basically started flowing for Switzerland. So yeah, it was. I feel like this was Ivory Coast's game to win, but they could not convert their chances, which once again led to them suffering a defeat at the very end.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. Like you have said, I mean, in the second half, if I recall correctly, Ivory Coast did have like two great chances to secure the lead to score another goal. Which one was the one you said, which was how the guy like he took another additional touch when he shouldn't have, and then for one it was like the ball like kind of went over the crossbar if I remember correctly. But yeah, they did kind of fumble in that sense, and then yeah, once Amiri and Undav came on, it was just a different game then. And honestly, with the form Undav is going on, even for the versus Curacao game, he came off as a substitution, like a substitute. So, what would you say? Like, should he be continue playing as a super sub or what?
I think since Germany is in a pretty strong position now, winning both of their games, they qualified to round of 32. I think they should start Dennis Undov in the final game, and yeah, I think he will do better than Havertz. So yeah, he should be started. He should be starting the game in the final game for yeah for them.
Hmm, interesting. So, with that, let's move on to the next game, which is Ecuador versus Curacao. So, what do you think of that game, Momin?
Yeah, once again, Ecuador making tons of chances and not really converting them. I mean, you have to give credit to the Cape Verde, no, the Curacao. Wait, it was a team. Yeah, the Cape Verde goalkeeper. No, it was Curacao. My bad. Curacao's goalkeeper. Uh, he made 15 saves, which is like I believe Tim Howard's record, which he made back in 2014, if I'm not wrong. 15 saves in a single game is actually crazy. But I think most of those saves were like kind of easy for him because Ener Valencia his finishing really wasn't up to the mark. The goals that they saved were actually meant to go in. So yeah, think Ecuador similarly as they missed the chances in the Ivory Coast game, they missed chances in this game as well, which perhaps costed them. And I would like to talk about Curaçao's attack as well. The Bacuna brothers, obviously, they had a really good chance. I think around the 60th minute, Curaçao had a really good chance to actually make the score 1-0. The Ecuadorian keeper made like 2 to 3 saves in a minute or so. Yeah, had that goal went in, it would have been like absolute scenes in the stadium. And yeah, Curacao, obviously a country of around 150 and 60K people, yet they still managed to qualify for the World Cup. And secondly, after losing their first game, I think they improved significantly in the second game. I mean, Ecuador wasn't really an easy opponent for them. So yeah, I think they did really well.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I mean, what a tournament it has been for Curacao. I mean, they managed to score a goal in the first game, which was already unexpected, even though they did lose 7-1. And then for this game, they managed to get a point with a goalkeeper who kind of was the man of the match. He showed his class. So yeah, I think it's a very good has been a very good tournament for them. So with that, shall we move on to the next game?
Yeah, let's move on to the final game, Tunisia versus Japan. What are your thoughts on
Right,
that
right.
one?
So yeah, I mean, this game going into it with a new manager for Tunisia, I low key expected some manager bounce for them. I mean, obviously with the yesterday prediction, I still backed Japan to win, but I definitely did not expect the gap to be this wide. I mean, I guess the performances kind of shows that the manager was not the problem. I mean, the team is just kind of average. And yeah, so first thing I will also want to notice, also what I noticed is that Japan were missing a lot of their key players. Obviously, Kubo he was injured and he didn't play this game. But yeah, obviously in this squad they didn't have their star players as well. They didn't have Minamino, Ando. I mean, they were all like not picked up in the squad. They were not even included in the squad, and yet they still just went on to be a quite good team. I mean, they still have a lot of talent. I mean, we kind of seen with Ueda today. He had a great season in Eredivisie, and today he kind of showed he was so good as well. I mean, the first goal, he was kind of crazy. I mean, the angle was, I think it was kind of a hard goal to score that. And yeah, and even for Ito, I mean, he is like 35 years old now. He still was kind of showing his class today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Japan obviously they performed really well in the group stages. They do some really good upsets. Although I wouldn't really call this an upset because it was expected that Japan was gonna win. But as you mentioned, I wasn't expecting much big of a gap either because I believe you look at the Tunisian qualifiers for the World Cup, they considered, I think, very few goals or perhaps no goals in the qualifiers. So coming in with with that defense into the World Cup, you really expected them to like, at least do better, like not losing 4 or 5-0, something like maybe a 2-0 or 1-0. But yeah, they were in a really tough group, potentially the group of death with Netherlands, Sweden, and Japan. So yeah, really disappointing from the defense, and the coach couldn't do much either. On the other side, Japan, of course, we gotta talk about Daichi Kamada, Asade, especially I think it was the third or the fourth goal which he scored in a header, a really good loop header above the keeper and the defender. Yeah, it was just really great to see Japan with this performance, and I hope they can keep this up in the knockout stage as well. Considering Endo got injured, Minamino wasn't picked up. Uh, yeah, they suffered from injuries as well. Yeah, considering they're missing a few of their key players, but the way they've been performing, I hope they can do just as well in the knockout stages.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I mean, obviously in the first half, I think Japan were quite dominant. But then when the second half started, I mean, it was really until before the third goal. I think they were actually just kind of like they didn't really had much going on. But even then, Tunisia really just couldn't produce anything. So yeah, it was kind of disappointing to see that. But now with that, Tunisia officially out of the World Cup. So yeah, I mean, it is. has been quite beautiful to see Japan this whole tournament already. And I really hope they do well in the knockout stages as well.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, let's move on to the game prediction. Obviously, the Saudi Spain is currently going on, and we did the prediction anyway in the last episode. Let's just head straight to the
Yeah, you
Belgium
predicted
versus
1-1
Iran
for.
game.
You predicted 1-1, bro. I predicted 2-0. I mean, both our predictions are wrong already. It's
Yeah,
currently like 3-0. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So let's
So,
just move straight to Belgium versus Iran. What do you think?
right, right. I mean, let's start off with Iran. I mean, we did kind of see them against New Zealand. I mean, like New Zealand going in, we were expected it to be a quite weak team, but they still kind of put up a good performance against Iran. And again, I wouldn't say Iran were bad by any means. I think they were solid, but it was still like kind of below the expectation level I had from them. Like I feel like they were better, like they were worse than they should have been. But yeah, going into this, I think this is probably the best match for Iran to kind of show their quality again. I mean, Belgium, they have been in the Egypt game, they were kind of just underwhelming in my opinion. So with this game, I'm actually backing a 2-1 win for Iran here. I think they
Yeah,
will actually upset
interesting.
Belgium.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking about Iran, especially in the first game, uh, I mean, you would expect like better from them, but considering the recent events around the world, they weren't really able to play a friendly since March, I believe. And secondly, there are a lot of restrictions upon them. They are not able to stay in the US. They stay in Mexico and they come only for the game and they are asked to leave immediately after the game. I think it just adds up to their pressure and how unfairly they're treated. But still, on all their treatment, they still managed to draw up against NZ. So, and Belgium in the game against Egypt, they looked a bit shaky, obviously, until Lukaku came on and their attack. Then they had some attacking momentum going on forward. But if Belgium really wants to make something of the game, I think they should start Lukaku in this one because he's a real threat in their attack. And yeah, I think it will give a tough time to the Iranian defense. But I really hope that Iran starts Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh in this game as well, because he's, I believe, if not one of the key players, uh, if not the main, he's one of the key players in the squad. So I'm really expecting to see him in this game, and hopefully he does well too. So yeah, I'm gonna predict a similar scoreline, 2-1 for Iran. So yeah, let's move to the second game, being Uruguay and Cape Verde. So, what are your thoughts on this one?
Actually, I want to hear your opinions first on that.
My opinions basically, Uruguay is obviously a really underestimated side, but against Saudi, you can say that they kind of performed like below the belt, under the expectations people had from them. Although I believe Uruguay is still lacking to find the proper number nine. Because you saw in the past they had players like Forlan, Suarez, Cavani, and now they have Nunez, which is not really up to their mark, but he can be like crucial for them if he can utilize his pace and finishing. So, but how well Cabo Verde did against Spain, if they keep the same performance up, I actually um, don't actually see a similar result here to the Spain game, a nil-nil draw. But I think Uruguay takes this one 1-0. What about you?
Oh, actually, yeah, I was backing Uruguay on this one as well. I mean, yeah, like you have said, they kind of struggle with the fact that they have a proper number nine in attack. I mean, Nunes, we kind of seen that he isn't like the most clinical. Obviously, we saw that in Liverpool as well. And then Vinas, he was kind of missing short chances in the game as well. And for Cape Verde, again, I don't think they'll like completely be so bad in the game. I mean, we already seen the first game; they were kind of surprisingly all right. So yeah, but that for this, because I think it's going to be a kind of like a must-win game for Uruguay. I'm actually backing a 2-0 win for them.
Yeah, I mean, second game is obviously do or die situation for both the teams here. They want the chance to go ahead, and obviously Uruguay will go all out attack on this one. So yeah, it could be like a perhaps a big win for Uruguay, but I'm gonna stay with my prediction. Maybe a 1-0 win for Uruguay.
Hmm,
So
interesting.
yeah, yeah. Let's move to the third game, being Egypt versus NZ. Oh, you predict?
Yeah, so so obviously New Zealand they kind of surprised in their game, like the game they played. They were better than I think what most people kind of expected them to be. But going into this game though, we also kind of did see Egypt like playing better than expected though. I mean, the fact that a lot of their players are mostly just playing in the League of Egypt, but they still kind of like surprised Belgium. So yeah, in this game, I actually am backing a win for Egypt. Like I think it will actually be a 1-0 win for Egypt on this game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It is very possible. And Egypt, obviously, Mo Salah being the captain, uh, he he did have an assist in the first game, but I think he will do much better in this one. So I'm gonna predict a 2-1 win for Egypt here because obviously New Zealand not to be underestimated with Elijah Just, Chris Wood, and yeah, Sarpreet Singh. Yeah, it's
Star
definitely
boy,
gonna
star
be
boy.
yeah, yes, definitely gonna be a game to watch. Really excited to see how the Egyptians and the New Zealanders both do. Oh yeah, I'm expecting a 2-1 win here for Egypt.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, the final game being Argentina versus Austria.
Right,
It
right.
is
So yeah, this game, I obviously for the Argentina game we have seen, it was still like Messi stepping it up. But I kind of wonder though, like, what if Messi kind of has an off day for this game? How would like Argentina like change? You know what I mean? Because it feels like that even the players they were just suddenly playing a lot better for Messi. But yeah. So being serious though, for the Austria game we have seen, it was kind of close with Jordan. I mean, Jordan were quite good as well. It was a quite close game, but at the end, Austria did win. Before this game, I'm actually gonna predict a draw between these two teams. Like I've said, I think obviously we have seen Argentina is still quite strong in my opinion, but I think Austria can put up a fight. So for this, I'm actually going for a 2-2 draw here between both teams.
yeah, very interesting prediction actually. I mean, if we look at obviously Messi's form in the first game, he they stepped up for the team. And yeah, if we see Argentina without Messi, they might like not score as much goals, but he definitely will start, and I'm sure he will have to keep his form keep on going. So yeah, Austria on the other side, they were good against Jordan, but the Jordan's defense really like kept them you can say quiet up until the last 15 or so minutes, where everything basically just went wrong for Jordan. They gave an own goal, which really demotivated the players. And yeah, so I'm gonna say that Messi is gonna keep his form up for this game, and I will say a 2-0 win for yeah, a 2-0 win for Argentina.
Right, right. I mean, I hear a reasoning for it. I don't think it's too far off as well.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, if we Look at the comparison between both Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo won't really step up to the expectations against Congo, and now they face, I believe, Uzbekistan in the second game. So yeah, there's a lot of expectation from him, considering the Uzbekistan defense is comparatively, you can say, weaker than Congo. So yeah, it will be eyes on him, but I think Messi will see another yet another Messi masterclass here. So
The
yeah, it's
debate
just
is over, bro. Messi won it long ago.
yeah. I mean, it's been very clear since the last World Cup, but some people still wanna, you know,
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
talk about it. So yeah,
And honestly, I don't think it is like obviously I don't think it's like wrong to continue doing that, even though I mean factually I do think it's wrong, but it's like no harm in doing it. But I think when like the fans, like when there are fans, they kind of go into like the Portugal's teammate Instagram posts, or like in the case even did you see like how they were commenting under Neves' girlfriend's under her post? They were like commenting like shit to like them as well. Like at that time, at that point, you think like damn, it's kind of crazy, right? Like it's kind of disrespectful to the point. Like there's one thing to like support your favorite player, but to like show hate to other players is actually kind of crazy.
yeah. This has been a problem for you can say Portugal. Sorry, I mean Ronaldo fans for quite some time that they only like care about Ronaldo in the team. They don't care about anything else. Like you saw how Neves didn't even say anything much crazy. Like he just said that Ronaldo is just one of us and he should like help the team. And this got the
Yeah, yeah,
fans mad. And yeah, they just attacked his family,
yeah. And the
Bruno's
fact that
family. Yeah, they didn't even spare Diego. Yeah, he's passed away and they're still commenting under his post. So yeah, that's definitely very crazy.
oh yeah, that was the worst one. I mean, I just yeah, that was the most disrespectful thing I remember I seen. It was the fact that they were like commenting like how who is going to play in the next World Cup. Like what? Like a guy just died, and the first thing they were thinking about is like who is going to play in the next World Cup. Like that was quite disrespectful. And yeah, so we do kind of hope to see that stop. So yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this has to stop because obviously football is not a one-man game, and I've seen a lot of Ronaldo fans commenting the fact that most of the Portugal players wouldn't be really known if it weren't for Ronaldo being Portuguese. But I think that's a horrible take considering if you look at their club level, isn't really there to help them. They've done their own hard work. They made their way through the team. You can say how well Vitinha, Neves, and Fernandez have been for their clubs. Probably the best players in their clubs right now. So yeah, it's honestly pretty stuff going. But yeah, let's hope for it to stop. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, with that we will stop. And then
yeah,
thank you guys again for watching the episode. Like, share, and subscribe, and catch you on the next one.
yep. See you on the next one. Leave any suggestion if you have in the comment section. Goodbye for now.